Hello, everybody. Sunday Adelaja here. Today, I want to talk about something very provocative and just my heart. Because after I did the videos about Bill Gates, that he's not planning to kill Africans and he's not trying to, bring some sheep or vaccine to depopulate the earth, a lot of people started attacking me and saying that I've probably been bribed by Bill Gates and most likely he's giving me some money or I'm looking for favor from him. But I've met Bill Gates before and I didn't ask for favor from him. And it's not about that. It's just about fact and the fact that religion and deception and these conspiracy theories have turned the minds of people that they don't think anymore. They just want to believe some lies and run with it. And that's why I come out to say my own opinion, which I believe is the truth. But then a lot of people are saying that the GOs and the bishops are the people that are right, that are correct. So that's why I want to do this video today. Why I respect Bill Gates more than your bishops. I have more respect for Bill Gates than for your bishops and for your GOs. For me, Bill Gates is more a Christian in his lifestyle than the GOs we have in Africa today. I mean, look at the way the African GOs behave. You have to worship them. Is that a Christian thing? No. Jesus said that nobody should oppress another person and that is what the Gentiles do. That don't lord it over another person. But rather, if you want to be the first, you be the last. I see more of that in Bill Gates. Bill Gates behaves more like a servant of people and for humanity than the bishops that captivate people and act like slave masters, and you have to worship them, you have to call them Gio or Papa or Mama and things like that. For me, Bill Gates is more a Christian than your GOs, so I respect him more. Now, but the most important reason why I respect Bill Gates more than the GOs and the bishops in Africa is because he, for me, is more successful in carrying out God's command than the bishops and GOs who are supposed to be the people, who are supposed to be the very people to carry out God's command in the first place. So Bill Gates is more successful in carrying out God's command. So you say, what God command? God's command in Genesis chapter 1 verse 28. The Bible says God blessed man after he had created man, male and female. God blessed them and he told them to be fruitful. I personally see that Bill Gates is more fruitful than all your GOs put together. Bill Gates is more, the Bible says to be fruitful, and after being fruitful, multiply. I see that more in Bill Gates, that he's multiplying his success than even your most successful GOs and bishops. And I see that Bill Gates is more successful in subduing the earth and replenishing the earth than your bishops and GOs. So I respect Bill Gates and I believe his words more than the words of those conspiracy theorists and the words of the GOs and the bishops that are telling all kind of lies, against the man and against progress and against advancement of humanity. Now, I also think that Bill Gates is even more spiritual than your GOs, because the man he's acting out of love. He's demonstrating a life of love more than the GOs. The GOs that have members in their church that are hungry, but they will still go ahead. Instead of giving to them, they will not give to them, but collect the very little that they have left. I think Bill Gates is more spiritual than the bishops and the GOs in Africa today. That's why I respect Bill Gates more than the GOs. And I believe that that Bill Gates produces better results as well. He's more fruitful, he's more productive. And that's what God said we should do here on the earth. He said we should dominate, we should be fruitful, we should multiply. That is what Bill Gates is doing. Bill Gates falls more in line with the plans of God than the so-called bishops pastors and GOs. So I believe and I respect Bill Gates more than the bishops. Another reason why I respect Bill Gates more than the bishops in Africa is, and not just in Africa, all over the world, is that for me, Bill Gates is more conscientious as a Christian than the GOs and the bishops. He has more conscience. It behaves to me like somebody who has more conscience, better conscience than the Christians and the unbelievers. I mean, than the bishops and the pastors that don't even have conscience for, they are living in the street, they don't care for the neighbors that live in the same street. They are living in a country, they don't care for the well-being of the ordinary citizens, but they are caring about their own private jets, they care about their own universities, they care about, building university that people that give the money cannot even go to, I think that Bill Gates has more conscience than these people. And I think, of course, that Bill Gates is more loving than these people. Bill Gates has more love. I mean, see what he has done with his money. He went and gave out his money. All the money that he made, he was the richest man in the world, and he gave it to charity and began to help people. But instead of our GOs and bishops giving something out, let even them not give anything out. Let them stop collecting. After buying one jet, the other jet, and you are still collecting from the poorest of people. How will you say those people are Christians? I would rather respect Bill Gates than to respect this kind of bishops and pastors. But he is not collecting from the poor, but he's rather giving to the poor from his hard labor. And these pastors, when did they work? They don't work. The only work they do is to collect money from people. So I respect Bill Gates more because also he's more committed to justice than to them. He's fighting, he's working, he's addressing all issues relating to justice and equality on the earth. He's trying to bring equality to Africans and to the people of the third world who are deprived. He's a man of justice. And anybody who is a person of love, justice, and truth, I respect them more than the religious hegemony that we have in our churches today. I think that he's more of a man of truth than all these pastors, because the pastors are living a hypocritical lifestyle. They are preaching one thing to their members, but really they are not treating them the same way. But Bill Gates doesn't even need to preach. He's already living like a Christian. I respect Bill Gates more than the bishops. I think he's even more humble. A lot of our pastors and bishops, they just pretend to be humble, but their lifestyle doesn't show humility. There is no humility before. You cannot get to them. You have to line up. You have to do all kind of things. But the first time I met Bill Gates, I saw Bill Gates in Seattle. He was by himself. He just had one other person with him walking down the street, ordinary person. But if you go to Nigeria today, all those bishops, they are with these guns and armored people and all kind of things. So I see that Bill Gates is more humble and it's also more simple than our GOs. That's why I respect him more than the GOs. And I think he's more humane. He's more humane. His heart is more in the place where people are. And that's what God died for. Jesus came to the world to die for people. And this man is putting his heart with people. And your pastors and your GOs that are supposed to be in charge of people, they care less for them. I see more care, more humanity from the side of Bill Gates than from the side of the bishops. So I respect him more than your bishops. And I think he's more gracious. He's giving, his kindness. Can you see his wife going to carry a bucket of water in Africa? Can you see him walking around the bush and the jungle of Africa? How many of your bishops can do that? I think he's more gracious, and of course he's more intelligent than all your bishops put together. So I personally think Bill Gates deserves more of my respect than all the GOs that are just brainwashing people in Africa and turning them to be sick of Stockholm syndrome, and they are all carrying Stockholm syndrome, defending their oppressors. So that's why I came to you today. Why I respect Bill Gates more than your GOs and bishops. For the love of God, church and nation. Peace.